going to move into a new regular weekly Wednesday feature, which is what's streaming next. We are going to look at what things are coming out on the big streaming platforms this week, just to keep it on your radar so you guys know what's coming out, and we'll give you some of our quick thoughts about it. So let's just dive right into what's streaming this week. Okay, we're going to start here with Wednesday, November 9th. That's today. The Crown Season 5 opens on Netflix today. It follows the political rivalries and romance of Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the events that shaped the second half of the 20th century. That's, of course, just a general synopsis for the overall show. But a lot of people love The Crown. The Crown Season 5 comes out today. We go down to also opening out today. It's out right now on Disney Plus. Something I didn't even know till about a week ago was a thing. Zootopia Plus is now on Disney Plus. It is 6 short stories, all about 10 minutes long. 6 short stories telling the adventures of the creatures of the most incredible metropolis, Zootopia. The one that I'm really excited to see is The Sloths Go to Dinner. What the premise of one is that there's this, I think it's a young rabbit, it's not Judy, a young rabbit who's a waitress, and she's trying to get out of work early to go to a concert, and there's nobody in the restaurant, so she thinks she'll be able to leave, and then the sloths show up to dinner. And she's trying to get out fast. I don't know. I haven't watched it.
That's a great idea for a short.
It is a great idea for a short. So that is out on Disney Plus right now. Okay, we move over to Thursday, November 10th. This is one I wasn't really familiar with, but now that I've seen the trailer for it, I'm dying to watch this. The Big Brunch, which is on HBO Max. This is a cooking reality competition show. Chefs are offered the chance to share their stories and business dreams while going head-to-head for a life-altering prize. I believe the prize is $300,000. Hosted by Schitt's Creek's Taylor Gonzalez, Dan Levy. Bring your camera up. Are you sure that's not you?
You, Taylor.
I love these comparisons to Dan Levy. First of all, he is such a great role model to me, and then also I love his character in Schitt's Creek. But really quickly, speaking of Zootopia Plus, do you know who the composer is for the series?
No idea.
It's Michael Giacchino. He did the score for the whole Zootopia Plus. That's why I'm like really excited to see it.
That's really interesting, actually. And listen, I watched the trailer for this, and I ain't gonna lie, it moved me. It's just another cooking competition show, but I'm a sucker for these, and HBO does them really well. Maybe even sometimes better than HGTV does, but then the cooking channel and stuff like that. So, and I love good Canadian kid, Dan Levy. I love this guy, and he looks like he's going to be a great host for this thing. Okay, so that comes out tomorrow on Thursday, November 10th. Also coming out, I know this is the one everybody's excited about.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan is back in Falling for Christmas, coming out on Netflix. In the days leading up to Christmas, a young and newly engaged heiress experiences a skiing accident. After being diagnosed with amnesia, she finds herself in the care of the handsome lodge owner and his daughter, starring Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
I watched this trailer. Oh my God, does this look shitty?
So hype, but in the best way.
Yeah.
John,
Best way.
It's Tombstone Pizza, baby. Let's go.
For her.
We love a comeback situation.
Yes.
Lindsay Lohan forever. We're happy to see her healthy and married and back in her acting career. Like, who's not excited for her?
3 words, John.
Redhead.
She grew up.
Oh.
Ew.
Get out.
Oh, boy.
Now, John, this might be lost on you.
I mean, she grew up. She grew up into like you said.
Yeah, you know.
She's a mature woman. She's gone through the wilderness. She made it through, just like Madonna sang about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, stop while you're ahead. Chris?
Okay, so I know you don't drink, John, but man, Taylor and I are going to drink so many poinsettias
Jello
and watch
shot.
the shit out of this. It's going to be the
You
best.
don't think the premise looks a little watchable?
God, no.
It's overboard, but at Christmas.
But sucky.
totally-
It looks so bad. And listen, I am a huge, I enjoy, not in the Chris Pratt outtakes of Parks and Rec way, but I love a comeback story.
Yeah.
Love a comeback story. And I was cheering. You remember the clip?
I did. I was like, wait, oh.
If you guys
went on
haven't
a
seen
journey.
that, look up Chris Pratt comeback on YouTube. It's one of the funniest outtakes ever in any show. But I mean, I would love this. I love comeback stories. Totally do. But I watched this. I'm like, okay, I see what Netflix is doing. They're going for the whole Hallmark thing, right? The Hallmark Christmas special thing. Absolutely are. Now, you could rightfully say, but John, the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special is doing the same thing. They're going for the Hallmark. Yeah, but it looked fun. and it looked funny. This, to me, did not. I hope I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I think it's going to be more about the viewership, the nostalgia for the Lindsay Lohan fans. We're rooting for her.
There's
so I
gonna
feel
be
like
some
that's where
Jingle
the
Bell
viewership.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dropping a
course.
single.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Over under 20%. Let's bring up the image here again, Taylor. Over under, I'll lower it to 15%. Over under 15% that Lindsay Lohan and the handsome lodge owner actually end up together at the end.
What? Do you think so?
I don't know. I think she gets her memory back and she goes back to her rich douchebag, right?
Oh,
Isn't that
man.
how these movies work?
I don't know, but it's going to be a real nail biter.
I'm going to suspend my disbelief.
She's not going to end up with anyone. She's going to be strong and confident and powerful all on her own. That's probably what they're going to do.
But then they'll still meet up for a cocoa afterwards.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line of today's show is going to be a real nail biter. I think that is my favorite thing. All right. We move on from Falling for Christmas, coming out on Netflix tomorrow. We then move to Friday, and I'm excited about this one. Zac Efron's Down to Earth with Zac Efron. It makes its season 2 debut. I had not even heard of the first show when I walked in on Ann watching the first one. It's really fascinating. Zac Efron, it's a reality docuseries. He literally travels around the world. And they go to different countries that do really interesting things in sustainable energy and sustainable stuff like that. It's actually completely fascinating. I was really surprised by it. And I'm kind of looking forward to that coming back as well. So season 2 of that debuts on Friday. Also on Friday, my most exciting thing of the day. Mythic Quest season 3 comes out on Apple TV Plus. I love this show. Rob McElhenney, of course, co-owns Wrexham with
good.
Ryan Reynolds. I love the show. Now, I will say, I did not like the trailer for season 3. I thought the trailer for season 3 was lackluster, but it's just a trailer. I didn't like the trailers for the first season. That's why I was late getting on board at the show. But I love this show. Mythic Quest season 3 comes out on Friday. Then we move to Saturday, November 12th. I remember first watching the trailer for this. I'm so excited about this. Is That Black Enough for You? It's a documentary coming out on Netflix. It tracks the history of the black cinema, focused mainly on the 1970s, with archival and new interviews with many of the key players from the era. Of course, Lawrence Fishburne's in there, Samuel Jackson's in there, talking about, the role models they had growing up and how that evolved in the different eras. It looks fascinating.
It's Elvis Mitchell's documentary.
Is it?
Yeah, he directed it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's done such a great job covering the industry for so long. I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, we'll comment on all these different ones as we get to the end here, but that's coming out on Netflix on Saturday. We move over to Sunday. This is a big day. This is a big day. First of all, I'm hearing nothing but good things for this new Sylvester Stallone show, Tulsa King. Following his release from prison, Mafia capo Dwight the General Manfredi is exiled to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he builds a new criminal empire with a group of unlikely characters. I think the trailers for this have looked fantastic. The early word I've heard about is that it's really quite good. I'm very excited to see it. And that is going to be coming out on the same day following the best show on TV returns. Yellowstone season 5 debuts, comes out on Sunday. You know what? I said that Mythic Quest was my most exciting. No, this is my most exciting one. To me, this is the best show on TV right now. And I cannot wait for this thing to come back. And it's going to be great watching that back to back with Tulsa King. Then on Monday the 14th on Netflix, I don't know how to pronounce it. Stutz?
yeah.
Stutz. This is the Jonah Hill documentary where he and his therapist talk. This follows Jonah Hill and his therapist as he is candid discussions of mental health and the progressively worsening anxiety attacks related to the movie promotions that have turned his dream job into a nightmare. You'll remember we talked about this a couple of months ago where Jonah Hill basically came out and said he's no longer going to be doing promotion for movies because it just kills him. Like it creates crippling anxiety for him. He's doing this documentary where him and his therapist actually talk about this stuff, which I think is really interesting. All right, then we move on to Tuesday, November 15th. Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, Hidden Adventure. I think couldn't they have made this title a little bit longer?
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit short. Coming to Netflix. Of course, this is the follow-up to the previous series. I got to admit, I didn't like the first season of
I
this.
thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted
did
to
too.
like it. It didn't really work for me all that much, but
That's fair.
it returns on Tuesday, November 15th on Netflix. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month. And now for the plot twist. I'm just kidding. There isn't one. Mint Mobile just has premium wireless from $15 a month. There's no trapping you into a 2-year contract or opening the bill to find all these crazy fees. There's no luring you in with free subscriptions to streaming services that you'll forget to cancel and be charged full price for. With my old wireless provider, every month when I opened the bill, it was like playing roulette. I never knew how big the bill was going to be, and it always seemed to get bigger. With Mint Mobile, it's totally different. I know exactly how little I'm paying every month, and there's never any surprises. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or a family. And at Mint Mobile, families start at just 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And guys, you get to use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. So transferring over couldn't be easier. So to get premium wireless from just $15 a month and no unexpected plot twists, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. You'll make your wallet very happy at mintmobile.com/Campea. So, Chris and Rob, let me go over to you. We got Jurassic, we got Yellowstone, Tulsa King, Stutz, Black Enough, Mythic, Down to Earth, like a bunch of things here. What stands out to you? What are you excited to see on this list, Rob?
Well, Lindsay Lohan's top list. But no, I think the Black Enough documentary, because, you know, I'm a fan. I've been a fan of Elvis Mitchell for a long time. I really want to see what he brings to that. But that's, again, a documentary. For me, it's got to be Tulsa King, only because as a long time Stallone fan, him being a mob boss and looking at the tone of the show, it's a Tyler Sheridan show. I can't wait.
And it's also a little bit of a fish out of water thing because he's been in prison for 20 years.
Everything about it looks because Stallone looks like he gets to lean into comedy, and when he does and he's good, it's a lot of fun. And it just looks, I love mob stories. It looks very appealing to me on a number of different levels. And then, of course, Yellowstone. I mean,
both Tyler Sheridan
what
shows.
A 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what's standing out to you in this list?
Well, I mean, a glaring omission. Today is the season finale of Love is Blind.
Yeah, we don't
Are they
really
getting
cover
married?
finales.
What?
I thought you were going to say the other glaring omission that I actually took off the list.
Yeah, Chris.
Teletubbies.
Oh, well, you know,
I opted
know Taylor's
not to have
heartbroken.
Teletubbies on the list. But yes, the new Teletubbies does also come out this week. I didn't think a lot of people would be
fair.
interested.
That's fair. I really like the idea of the big brunch. I think that'll be delightful. And I love Dan Levy a lot. I obviously am a huge Christmas movie fan. I will watch anything as long as it is Yuletide cheer. But the thing I think I'm most excited about, honestly, is probably Stutz. I think that is going to be really, really fascinating. And I love how candid and open Jonah Hill is willing to be for this. I think it's going to be a really important watch because I think a lot of people need to have that voyeuristic experience before they can go on their own mental health journey to go, oh, okay, I'm not alone in this. It is normal to feel anxious. I think everyone has some level of anxiety, especially after the last few years, you know, being reintroduced to society, even for someone like me who, you know, socialization is my yellow sun. And I've found myself having a hard time in social situations, or sometimes even on the show, I get really, really nervous now in a way that I didn't before.
I know.
And
Jonah
so-
Hill, Jonah Hill, I saw him in interviews, and the questions that some interviewers were asking him was awful.
They're wildly inappropriate.
Don't they normally ask him about his weight?
They constantly
Yeah.
ask him
Always
about
ask
his weight.
and
his
he
weight,
would just look at them like, what are we doing here?
And you see
What are we
that
doing?
from a lot of different, you know, news organizations too, just asking the most wildly audacious questions
Yeah.
that you would not ask a person in polite conversation,
Yeah.
let alone in a professional situation. And I don't know how we got to that point. So I'm really excited to see his perspective on, you know, the promotional aspect of filmmaking and just his own independent journey.
Also, I got to say, the trailer, his therapist that this is really, he looks fascinating.
He's a character.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be my dinner with Andre for the modern age. And
Good comparison.
I'm like, I'm so in for this.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Question is for you. With this rundown of all the stuff that's coming out this week, what of these things are standing out to you, if any of them? Whatever one is standing out to you, jump down to the comment section below and let us know there.